So what we're going to do is we're going to pilot fulfillment. Fulfillment is a resource sharing project that links systems, and it links, right now it has been developed by Equinox, who also developed the Evergreen system, the Evergreen open source system. We are going to try this. It works with III, which is our most prevalent system in this consortia. And it works with Koha, and we have some Koha libraries. So what we have done is ask one Koha library, one III library, and one Evergreen library. There's only one. And we are going to test it to see if it works as a resource sharing tool. This money has to be spent by September, because that's the end of the federal fiscal year. So we will buy the software, and we will see, and after that, that will pay for the software, and we'll have it, and we'll be able to test how it works with those three systems. It also works with Polaris. We don't have any Polaris systems that or does somebody have Polaris? Oh, do they? Okay. We might try them. It works with Polaris, and it also works with Ex Libris, but I don't think do we have any of those? That's an academic, that's usually an academic ILS. And it works, and it does not work with Horizon. So and it does not, but it works with Symphony. That's the other one it works with. So if you have Circe Symphony, Koha, Evergreen, III, it is supposed to work with those. It will be on the market as of July. It's been being beta tested in Ohio right now. So we will see how it works. It may be an alternative for, III has Link Plus. This may be less, this is from a consultant. I'm not telling you this. It may be less clunky, and it may work for more of us. So, and it may not be as expensive. It won't be as expensive. So we'll give it a try. The other thing we did this year is administer for the state the PLSEP grants. That's the grants that provide some of your staff to go to library school. And also the LSST grants, which is library support grants. We had the most of any system last year. There were 30 of them. The state library has asked the systems to do this again. They are not giving any new ones next year. They're only giving them to students who are already enrolled in the program and who have already been getting grants. So if you have folks, tell them that want to do one and they haven't been in the program, there definitely won't be funding for that. But there will be funding for those who are in it, we think. We're hoping that those will be funded. So that's part of the bad news, good news. Discover and Go, we're going to hear more about right after in the rest of the program. It is a project that Contra Costa County did with Bayless Innovation Funds, and which they have opened up to the other PLP libraries. And PLP is going to, after we have an executive committee meeting this afternoon, we will vote to those libraries who are going into it, we will vote to help with $500 grants to each of you to install the basic Discover and Go. So that's another thing. Another project I'm going to mention to you, well, actually there's a couple more. Another project I'm going to mention to you is a Khalifa project. And Khalifa has purchased the Adobe software and is going to have their own ebook platform statewide. We announced it to our board, and actually it came out in Hotline before I knew that Heather had been talking to the press. And I was at the PLA meeting, and somebody came up to me and said, "Hey, you're the lead article in Hotline." I'm going like, "Huh? What are you talking about?" I grabbed Heather. I said, "What did you do?" Anyway, now we are going to do this. We have bought the Adobe software. If those of you who know what the Douglas County program is in Colorado, that is kind of what we're following, only it's going to be a statewide model. We have, we're going to work with Contra Costa County, and they're going to be our back end. They're going to take care of the technology, so we will be working with the PLP library. It's really very exciting. We announced it to the Khalifa board on Monday, so I can tell you about it now. I can't tell you who some of our partners will be because it's not quite there yet, but we have some exciting partnerships with it. And we will probably start with low-hanging fruit. That's what Heather says. And we'll also have a mobile device from the beginning. You'll be able to download it. So stay tuned for this one. We have a booth at ALA this year where we'll be talking about this, and we'll have an announcement about who our partners are there, and we're pretty excited about it. The other thing we're doing is Play and Learn Islands. How many of you have seen the Play and Learn Islands? Or have them? You have to buy it. You don't get to keep it.
We won one.
Oh. It was developed by Rancho Cucamonga with a state grant, and it's for your children's room. It's about as big as this table, only it's a little higher.
Yeah, we have one.
You have one? Huh? Oh. Khalifa, we are going to be actually managing them and having them built here in San Carlos, and we are going to offer them to anybody who wants to buy them throughout the Khalifa members get a cheaper price, California libraries do, but we will be also selling them to anybody who wants one if they can wait, because they can only manufacture about 24 of them at a time. They're pretty handmade. That's another pretty exciting thing. And if you want to see one, we have one in the office. And we discover and play with it. We play in the sandbox. What did you say, Lisa? The sand gets all over?
Yeah, I don't think the sand libraries were very upset with the sand.
We opened the sand the day before the afternoon before the maintenance people were coming that night. So we come every other day.
Yeah. So anyways, that's a very cool product. We've already got 10 orders, and we're building 24 on the first batch. Will be done in October. The first 6 will be done by June. So, and they're sold. So, $9,500 plus tax and shipping. That's for California libraries. Okay. So, and the other thing that Khalifa is doing is our own Angie's List to rate vendors. It's going to be called Khalifa List, and it's in progress. We're working on it. So all of those things will be available to PLP, I hope, and you all buy them. The other thing I've been doing with my life is I'm now on the Digital Public Library, a work stream. And so some of you were any of you at the Internet Archive 2 weeks ago? I know you. And Carmen, yeah. Jill and Carmen were both there. Actually, Joe was there for 2 days. There was a meeting in San Francisco for the people who are on the board. It's a very interesting project. It, as you may know, was started at Harvard, but it's called the Digital Public Library. The focus has not been so much on public libraries, but they are trying to amend that problem. And I think you should keep your eye on it, because I think it's going to be an important piece of the digital world, our digital world anyways, soon.